But the truth is, you weren't taught how to protect your energy in sales. You weren't taught how to protect your energy in sales. Stop chasing, start closing. The topic at hand is the mindset mistake that makes sales draining. I can actually come up with several. What I'm talking about today is just recognizing that nobody closes 100%. No one has 100% grand slam home runs. And so I'm going to give you some references. I have worked with some of the very best recruiters in the world. What I found is the very best recruiters I've ever worked with close about 30%. So that means 7 out of 10 times they don't get the sale. 70% of their attempts end in a no. Now, it's interesting because if you're a baseball fan, if you hit 3 out of 10 pitches, you end up in the Hall of Fame. They end up talking about you for decades. People end up trading your rookie card. You're amazing. You're a legend. Like if you miss 70% of the answers in school, that's failure. You score 30% of any test, that's failing. Frank Sinatra, he wrote 1,200 songs. He had 209 hits. That's 17%. 1,200 songs, 209 of them were hits. That's 17%. So any day that you close 1 to 2 people out of 10, any week, any month. So anytime you fail, 83% of the time, you can say, I pulled a Frank Sinatra. Now, I've found that most people, the average person doesn't close 17%. Well, what about Babe Ruth? Babe Ruth was at bat 8,399 times. Baseball. He had 714 home runs. That's 8.5%. So 8.5% of the time, he hit a home run. If you talk to 100 people, and you get 8 or 9 people involved, then you pulled a Babe Ruth. Way to go. People talk about him decades and decades later. 8.5%. Or maybe we're more like Picasso. This is crazy. Picasso created 150,000 pieces of art. Someone told Picasso, hey man, it's a numbers game. And Picasso's like, got it. He started creating all these incredible art pieces. 150,000 pieces of art, and 1,170 of them became valuable. 1,170 are known as hits. That's 0.7%. So anytime you sell 1% or a little less, you pulled a Picasso. Stop draining yourself by thinking you have to have a high close rate. Now, do we strive for that? Of course. Do we want that? Yeah. Do we work on our skills? But there was this story of these 2 lumberjacks, and they both started at the same time. They both left at the same time. The one took an hour break, and the other one kept working, yet the one that took the break always outperformed the other lumberjack. And so one day he's like, hey, how do you always beat me? You take a break. I don't take a break. You always chop down more wood than I chop down, but you took an hour break. He said, oh, I went to sharpen my axe. So do we want to increase our closing percentage? Yeah. If you're closing less than 1%, then you're pulling a Picasso. You're the Picasso of your industry. Way to go. People remember him many, many, many years later. And so stop beating yourself up with the rejection. Stop beating yourself up when someone tells you no. It's really not a big deal. Stop beating yourself up because of the strikeout. That's what can be so draining. If you go in and you're like, I've got to get this sale, that's what makes you chase, is your eagerness, your desperation. You don't got to get that sale, but you do gotta talk to people. Instead of being so worried about your closing percentage, go talk to more people. Get over it. So what? I don't think Sinatra, Babe, or Picasso beat themselves up over all the things that weren't hits. Neither should you, because it doesn't help. Doesn't help anybody. By the way, I'm constantly going to encourage you to attempt to increase your conversion. Yet at the same time, I'm going to constantly encourage you not to beat yourself up for bad conversion. There's 2 things, and that's posture and position. You understand posture and position, you're going to close more sales. You're going to have a higher close percentage. Now, if you got 0 pipeline, then, it doesn't matter, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but you need to stop beating yourself up over the rejected. Those who reject you, not a big deal. They're just a number on your way to those who are going to say yes. So keep going. But if you close less than 1%, congratulations, you're a Picasso. Way to go. Keep going and you'll be remembered too. And so I appreciate you. I hope that this was helpful. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.